Getting back to your family a little bit, a lot of people don't even realize your brother's Skip.
A lot of people don't.
They don't.
More and more now via Twitter. I
right.
have to say,
you're getting
because we're both very active on Twitter.
Yes.
And so sometimes people will follow both of us, and then they'll all of a sudden figure out
right.
that we're actually related.
Right. And you know, your mother said this to me, that she had one son that lives to cook or lives to eat, and the other one who eats to live.
Yes,
that's
so true.
And I believe you told me you never really had much use for sports, but you did find but it doesn't mean you're devoid of a competitive spirit.
No, it does. No, that's for sure. That's for sure. But but sports have never interested me at all. Mm-hmm. I'm a kind of loner sport type guy because I'm very physically active. Mm-hmm. But team stuff just doesn't interest me at all.
Yoga's a big part.
Yoga's a big part of my life. I like all kinds of sort of solitary things that I can do by myself, because the rest of my life involved so many people, and so when you work in a kitchen in a restaurant, it's all about the team. Mm-hmm. It's all about that kind of stuff. So when I get away from that, I want to do something much more solitary. Mm-hmm. But I grew up not liking sports very much at all. No, I can say I didn't like them.
Not even a little bit.
And my brother only liked that, and I loved food, and so we had very little to talk about.
Right.
But we both were sort of the kind of guys that just wanted to throw our lives into something that we were passionate about.
Very driven, obviously.
And so we've both done our own things and done them really well. And it's very interesting. My brother, in an article that came out in Men's Journal a couple months ago, he talked about the fact that my mother was always about presenting yourself well, and she was always the chairman of everything, whether it was parent-teacher association in the grade school, the high school. She went all the way to the state president of all of that stuff. She was always involved in lots of things and putting herself out there. She had taken speech lessons when she was younger, and she wanted to make sure that both my brother and I had these speech lessons. So from the time we were really little, we went to this woman's house, and we had to learn to give speeches, to recite poetry, to all that sort of stuff. And my brother cited that as why he has done so well in broadcast journalism, because he had that kind of training, because he was a journalism, but only print, you know. I mean, that was his major in college, but he also is very comfortable, obviously, in front of a camera, as am I, and I think it's because of that. I also sort of took the theater route, and I was really involved in theater in high school, and in fact, there was a moment at which I had to make the decision as to whether I wanted to study theater in college or whether I wanted to go the cultural route with Spanish language and literature and Latin American studies.
Well, I think you made the right choice.
I feel like at this point I did.
I think you're doing okay. It's 9 books, is that right?
Yeah.
9 seasons. It's not bad. You've done okay.
We're doing okay, and we're happy doing it. And I have to say, I'm one of those really lucky guys that gets to get up every morning and do what I'm passionate about all day long. And you know, I say, somebody said to me at one point in my life, it's like, you know, every profession has its bedpans. Okay, there's going to be something that's not the most wonderful part of the whole thing, but at the same time, I get to do most of the day exactly what I want to do. I do for a profession what I would do for a hobby.
That's great. That's great. Well, I could talk to you all day, but I know you've got places to be.
I got to get back, yeah.
So I appreciate you stopping by.
Certainly, it's a pleasure.
Thanks. All right.